Picture this: humanity standing at the edge of its greatest challenge, leaving Earth to start life on another planet. But what do we really need to make this audacious dream a reality? For centuries, we've gazed at the stars, wondering if we are alone in this vast universe. Now, we stand on the cusp of answering that question, not by finding other life, but by taking our own to new worlds. The journey will be fraught with challenges, requiring ingenuity, innovation, and an unwavering spirit of exploration. But the rewards? Oh, they are beyond measure. Imagine a future where humanity is no longer confined to a single planet, where the spirit of discovery leads us to new horizons and untold wonders. That, my friends, is why we are having this conversation. Let's start with the basics. Life as we know it depends on three things: water, oxygen, and a stable environment. Easy to find on Earth, but on other planets, a logistical nightmare. Water, the elixir of life, is surprisingly abundant in our solar system, often locked away as ice on moons and in the polar regions of planets. Extracting it and purifying it for human consumption will be a hurdle, but one we are already developing solutions for. Oxygen, the very air we breathe, is a different story. While traces of it exist in the atmospheres of some planets, it's nowhere near the levels we need. This means we will need to create our own breathable atmospheres, likely within enclosed habitats or by terraforming a planet over generations. And then there's the environment itself. Temperature extremes, radiation exposure, and the very lack of a breathable atmosphere pose constant threats. Overcoming these challenges will require us to build resilient habitats, develop advanced spacesuits, and perhaps even find ways to genetically modify ourselves to better suit our new homes. Think of the extremophiles here on Earth, organisms that thrive in the most hostile environments imaginable. Scientists are already studying these extremophiles, looking for clues on how we might engineer crops capable of growing in Martian soil or develop bacteria that can convert Martian CO2 into breathable oxygen. But the challenges extend beyond the purely physical. Imagine the psychological impact of living in a confined environment, millions of miles from the only home humanity has ever known. The isolation, the dependence on technology for survival, the ever-present knowledge that one small mistake could have catastrophic consequences. These are not challenges to be taken lightly, but they are not insurmountable either. After all, humans are remarkably adaptable creatures. The spirit of exploration and the drive to push the boundaries of what's possible are deeply ingrained in our DNA. Mars. The red planet is our best bet. It's close, it has ice, and its day is almost the same length as Earth's. The air is mostly carbon dioxide, but we can work around that. Travel between Earth and Mars takes 6 to 8 months. It's a short trip compared to reaching other worlds. Mars has vast reserves of water ice beneath its surface. Extracted water could be used for drinking, irrigation, and rocket fuel. The Martian day is similar in length to our own. This eases the transition for plants and humans. The most intriguing aspect is terraforming. Terraforming sounds like science fiction, but it's possible. It's a monumental task requiring generations of effort. We could thicken Mars's atmosphere by releasing greenhouse gases. This could melt the polar ice caps, releasing more water vapor. This could create a runaway greenhouse effect, making Mars more Earth-like. This is all still theoretical. We need to learn much more about Mars before contemplating terraforming. The possibility is tantalizingly within reach. Exploring Mars is about unraveling the mysteries of our solar system. Chapter 3. Earth, a paradise lost. Why leave Earth, you ask? Isn't it our perfect home? Well, it was. But the signs are all around us. Our planet is changing, and not for the better. Pollution chokes our cities, forests vanish at an alarming rate, and the delicate balance of nature is under threat. The very air we breathe is thick with pollutants, a toxic cocktail of industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, and countless other byproducts of our modern world. Our oceans, once teeming with life, are now polluted with plastic waste and threatened by acidification. The once lush forests that covered vast swathes of our planet are disappearing at an alarming rate, cleared for agriculture, logging, and urban sprawl, and with them go countless species of plants and animals, their habitats destroyed, their futures uncertain. We have pushed our planet to the brink, its resources stretched thin, its ability to sustain us hanging by a thread. The consequences are already being felt, from more extreme weather events to rising sea levels and mass extinctions. Is it any wonder, then, that we look to the stars? The search for a new home is not just about escaping a dying planet. It's about ensuring the survival of our species. It's about recognizing that our future may lie beyond the confines of our cradle, Earth. Think of it as a lifeboat, a way to preserve a piece of humanity should the worst happen. Moving to another planet also presents an opportunity, a chance to start anew, to build a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. We can learn from the mistakes of the past, create a more sustainable way of life, and ensure that the same environmental devastation that we have inflicted upon Earth does not happen again. It's a dream worth fighting for, a future worth building. Chapter 4. The Martian Frontier Triumphs and Tribulations. Moving to another planet is no vacation. It will be one of the most challenging endeavors humanity has ever undertaken. The journey itself will be perilous. Imagine being confined to a cramped spacecraft for months, living on recycled air and freeze-dried food. It will take a special breed of person to endure such hardships. And then there's the planet itself. Mars is a harsh mistress. Its thin atmosphere offers little protection from radiation, and its surface is bombarded by meteoroids. Temperatures fluctuate wildly, and dust storms can engulf the entire planet. The gravity on Mars is only about 38% that of Earth's, which can weaken bones and muscles. And then there's the psychological toll. Imagine living in a confined habitat, millions of miles from home. The isolation and constant pressure of survival will take a toll. But humans are adaptable. We have a remarkable ability to overcome adversity. The challenges of living on Mars will bring out the best in us. Think of the pioneers who crossed the American West. The challenges of living on Mars may be different, but the spirit is the same. It's the spirit of exploration, the drive to venture into the unknown. Chapter 5. A Future, Written in the Stars. Despite the challenges, the idea of life on another planet is no longer science fiction. Governments and private companies are working on it. NASA's Artemis program, SpaceX's Mars plans, and even experiments in Antarctica are preparing us for this leap. NASA, once solely focused on the Moon, has shifted its sights to Mars, with the Artemis program serving as a stepping stone. It aims to establish a sustained presence on the lunar surface, developing technologies and testing systems that will pave the way for future missions to Mars. SpaceX, the brainchild of Elon Musk, is even more ambitious, with its sights set firmly on establishing a self-sustaining colony on Mars within our lifetimes. Their Starship program, a fully reusable spacecraft designed for interplanetary travel, is already undergoing testing. And it's not just about rockets and spaceships. Here on Earth, scientists and engineers are tackling the challenges of living on another planet in ingenious ways. In the frozen wastelands of Antarctica, for example, researchers are living and working in conditions that mimic the isolation and harshness of a Martian environment. They are developing closed-loop life support systems, testing new spacesuit technologies, and learning how to grow food in extreme environments. These experiments are not just about surviving on another planet, they're about thriving. Imagine a future where Martian colonies are not just outposts of survival, but bustling hubs of innovation and industry. This is not a pipe dream, it's a future that is within our grasp. Alter our place among the stars. Should we leave Earth? Perhaps the better question is, should we put all our eggs in one basket? Earth will always be our home, but as we look to the stars, one truth becomes clear. Survival isn't just about staying where you are. It's about adapting, exploring, and thriving in the face of the unknown. The journey ahead will be long, and it will be fraught with challenges. But it is a journey that we must undertake, not just for ourselves, but for the future of humanity. For in the words of the great explorer Ernest Shackleton, Difficulties are just things to overcome. And as we stand on the threshold of a new era, an era of space exploration and interplanetary colonization, let us remember the words of Carl Sagan. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. It's time for us to step onto that stage, to take our place among the stars, and to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be.